Alright, hello and welcome. So, this is going to be a little bit of a different thing. This is going to be to kind of show how absurd Loki and gas damage are, and for any of you that are new players that want something to use that is incredibly easy to build and is fucking ridiculously overpowered. So, let's get started. So, nothing we're going to use today requires a ton of farming, or is super expensive, or requires any plat at all. And there's no real high requirements here. So this is the Loki build we're using. This can be done with like any dash up here will work, just giving you some energy, and then it only uses 30 mod points besides, so you don't even need a catalyst for this. This is a pretty basic mod setup. There's 2 corrupted mods here, continuity, which is pretty easy to get, and streamline, which you might have to get a little lucky, but honestly, streamline, not even required for this. And honestly, you don't even really need fleeting either. You'll just have a longer invisibility. These 2 things, honestly, not that important. Most important thing here is narrow-minded and continuity. You could pretty easily get away with this, just totally dropping these. And you could replace the vitality with a constitution if you happen upon it. All really easy things to get. Just basically type duration and just put all the things that you have that have duration in here. As long as you got like 2 of them, you're going to be fine. And then you take this, and for those of you that are a little bit farther or have a catalyst in your Loki, I would suggest this build. It's just generally useful. Long invisibility. Survivability is there too if you like get caught out of your invisibility if you're still learning as Loki, because he's absurd. And you can use this, though, early on if you can just get these mods together, which is pretty easy. And then you can take this Galatine. This is also very low requirement. This uses 30 mod points. So here's the thing with this. Cleaving Whirlwind is the only thing here that's hard to get. And by hard to get, I mean if you farm anything and sell anything at all. This mod, the last time I checked, cost between 3 and 5 platinum on Warframe.market. So go sell literally any corrupted mod and buy 2 of these. Fuck it. Because Cleaving Whirlwind is absurd. Absolutely bullshit ridiculous. The Broken Bull combo on this here, every single E-press you see here, past the pause, all of these hit twice and do 300% more damage. To put that into perspective, Prime Pressure Point adds 165% melee damage. The Broken Bull combo gives you 300%. Twice. It hits 2 times. So, if that doesn't sound ridiculous, I don't know what will. Cleaving Whirlwind does bullshit damage. Beyond that, Drifting Contact, this comes from early Nightmare missions. You should be getting this anyway. Super easy. Pressure Point, like 0 effort to get it. Fury comes out of Void Containers. No problem. Easy to get. Molten Impact, you literally get this from Once Awake, which you have to do. So you can't avoid getting this mod. Fever Strike is a bit iffier, but this drops from plenty of enemies, and you're likely to acquire it. Otherwise, I'm sure some kind Tenno will just give you one, in all likelihood, if you ask nicely. So, there's that. If, for some reason, you don't want to get Cleaving Whirlwind, this is actually totally fine if you just do this. This works, it's significantly less effective, but you could totally get away with just doing this. And then you don't even need Cleaving Whirlwind for this, and you just drop Fury. So, with this, though, because you very much should get Cleaving Whirlwind, let's show exactly what kind of absurd bullshit you can do utilizing such an insanely small amount of resources that it could be considered criminal. So these are our level 145 Corrupted Heavy Gunner Exami. You will never see these enemies. You will not see these enemies outside of like the last branch Endless in all likelihood, unless you just decide to go really, really, really far in a low level one for like no real gain. These are significantly stronger than any sortie enemies you can see outside of, you know, bosses and juggernauts and super special enemies like that. Of like your regular variant enemies, these have many times the amount of health. So let's just see what this meager baby build can do against them. Because I think you'll be impressed. Keep in mind, these enemies have millions on millions of hit points. Die. Just going back invisible again. Die. It was aware of me. There we go. It was a bug. Yeah. Those enemies have... You know what? I'll math it all out. They have this much EHP, and they have a 50% resistance to all kinds of damage. Or, well, not exactly. Fuck it. There's their resistances as well. Those exact enemies' resistances. So, you can see that this does fucked up levels of damage. And this is kind of to illustrate the point of gas damage and stealth together being totally fucked. Totally fucked. Like, the ease with which you can acquire this setup is crazy. Like, it costs you nothing. Like, you just get to where you can get Loki, which is honestly not that far. It's really not. Like, you'll put, if you're really trucking and you're not really doing like any, like, just hanging out and just doing other things, we're talking maybe it'll take you, let's call it like 25 hours to get up to that point and get all the build ready and stuff. And then you can just fuck anything. Because it doesn't... Enemies don't... They just die. You do too much damage. You do way too much damage. My regular tests, it's not fair, honestly. Because you just joke through all of them. Like, the most difficult thing about this is, in this particular arena, finding a place to be safe. So if you put this together, or even better, you put together one of the weapons that are far better at this. I chose the Galatine because it cost almost nothing to build. The requirements to build the Galatine, I mean, it costs it's pennies. It costs pennies to make a Galatine. It costs, like, almost no time spent farming for it, and it's amazing, and it can use fucking Cleaving Whirlwind. There are many weapons that are significantly better than this at doing the gas build, because this thing doesn't even have a very high status chance for that matter, and it's just absolutely fucking absurd. Let's just go invisible. Like this is like no catalyst to your build. Like, it's a comedy. And then the one difficult thing about this test, hiding behind a wall and pressing 2 again. And then working through some radiation armor, and it's gone. Or not radiation armor, alloy armor. Like, it's just hide behind a wall. There we go. They can't. Enemies cannot. Oh, he died. He had the resistance of the Ancient on him. He still took 50% of his HP. Dead. Like, they can't... Enemies can't handle this, essentially. Like, they just cannot. They cannot fathom... Like this amount of damage that you can do because of gas. And just, like they can't... Like, this is you can beat anything, pretty much. Like, unless you need to defend a point, like, any, like, normal mission, it's over if you bring this. And, like, this is only using one of Loki's abilities. If you use his 4 in conjunction with this, you can just sit in front of a ton of enemies. Like, those level 145s. Let's get those guys back in here. Just for one more go around, you know. Scripted, Heavy Gunner XMI, 5 of 5. Go. Just go back into this. Like, you can just get rid of the problem before it starts and just take their fucking guns. And you can see gas damage just going out of control, doing millions of damage. Ah, shit. I fucking made a huge mistake by talking too much. Whoops. But yeah, you can get my point. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. So, if you're looking for something that requires almost no effort to put together, almost none, here you go. This, no catalyst needed. Loki, no catalyst needed. And if you're looking for like what you should shoot for if you really want to use these weapons later on, you go for this, which is a more fully featured Loki build, as it were. This still focuses heavily on invisibility and doesn't use like the range and stuff, which you'll see in my normal Loki build. And then for the Galatine, there's not this that you could be using, which is very, very good. Gives you like double status and then some if you're using Weeping Wounds, and Shattering Impact will remove armor. So it, like, fuck it. Let's go with this, the significantly longer invisibility to make this even more ridiculous. Health that you get, all that stuff, or the EHP that you get rather, because you're using your health, or your energy as health rather. And then with the higher status, and I'm being slowed, but that doesn't matter. An actual full build. Because fuck it. 17 hits to kill those. With like this super basic equipment. That's the power of that. Yeah. I wanted to take today to do something a little ridiculous. And what you can do on very little resources. I'll see you guys tomorrow.